What are we talking about? Like, what's this one that we're doing?
I'm not sure.
Hey, what are you wearing? Stand up. Are we wearing the same shirt? Well, I'm not gonna
Go
change.
change.
No.
You're changing.
Changing.
Yeah, I'm not changing.
I'm not changing. I have an undershirt on, so I could.
Is your undershirt black?
Yeah.
Mine is too.
Oh my God. What are the odds of that? What are we talking about today, Jordan?
We are talking about some abandoned places.
So, a little bit of honesty hour.
Yeah, we suck.
We lost the first episode of this, so this is a re-record. So all the things that we're sharing to each other, we already know about.
We already know.
We already know all of the secrets.
But we're going to act like it's super surprising.
Yeah, it's going to be the best lies you'll ever hear.
Uh-huh.
We're going to lie to you.
But only this one time.
Only this one time.
Until we lose some video again.
Yep. Do you want me to go first, or would you like to go first?
You go right, ladies first.
I'll accept that. If it means I get to go first, I'll accept that. I won't even take that as an insult.
Go ahead, ma'am.
So I went to the Griffith Park abandoned zoo. So this is your cue where you act like you've never heard of that before.
Oh. I was actually scared by it. What? Oh.
An Oscar-winning performance, my friend. So I'll start by sharing the story of my trip down there. So I didn't realize, because I'd always heard of the abandoned zoo, but I didn't realize that they had just moved their zoo just over in the same park. So there is actually a real LA zoo,
hopefully,
next to the Griffith Park abandoned zoo.
Oh, okay.
And so I went in and I was like, wow, this place is really nice to be like from back in the 60s. Yeah, because it got abandoned a long time ago. And so I was like, oh, I'm impressed. And there's a lot of people here with kids. I didn't think this would be a place for kids. So I go up and I see people at the ticket booth. And this is the part that kind of made me question it, but also still think maybe I'm at the right place, because there were signs that say anyone outside is not associated with, anyone outside the gates is not associated with the Griffith Park Zoo. And I saw people within ticket booths. And I was thinking, are people just like hanging out in ticket booths, pretending to charge people and maybe trying to get away with it? I was really confused. I was like, they're committed because they're all matching in their uniforms. So I walk up to the lady at the front gate and I go, are there animals in here? And she goes, yeah.
It's a zoo.
It's a zoo. And so I go, okay, so I'm looking for the abandoned zoo. So she was really nice. She gave me directions to go over to the other side. And I've actually put together a short video that will be available on the page. You can go check it out after this. We're just going to show kind of some short clips. That way we're not taking up, because the video, I got a little carried away. I took like hours and hours of footage, but I managed to crop it down to about a 13-minute long video. So you can go check that out on our page right after this. I'll put a clickable link right here. So Jordan and I are going to watch the video.
I didn't see it.
It's right here now.
Oh, okay.
It moved.
Okay.
And now it's back over here.
Cool.
Jordan and I are going to watch the video right now.
I would have not gone in to that cage.
Why not?
Because I'm claustrophobic, yo. I don't do cages.
Oh, I am too, to a point. I don't know. I was pretty brave this day.
You look a little bit scared.
If you like graffiti, this place has some amazing graffiti. It also has some that I'm not even sure I can show on here.
I haven't seen anything yet.
I haven't either, which is what scares me, because I remember seeing some. So the story here is these guys were just kind of hanging out in there, and they were messing with some of the doors. So I asked them to hold on so I could film them. Now, I wouldn't suggest doing this part. I did it for the shots, but
are you on top of the cages?
I don't think they would have liked the fact. Yeah. Yeah, I climbed down and got on top of the cages. Yeah, I wasn't sure what these look like. Bird cages.
Those are
I don't know why.
definitely bird cages.
I cut it out, but I tore my shirt right there.
That's funny.
Yeah, they're all of the holes that are in these cages are human sized, because that's the way
You
they
look
become.
blind in that shot. You're like,
And then feel my way.
I can't.
Gonna crawl my way through.
And this is at night. Oh wow.
I don't know. This shot is amazing to me. This was one of the last shots I took too. This is before I left, but it turned out so good with the lighting. I thought just that sweeping shot was amazing. This is my friend Bree
With a bat.
with the baseball bat, just in case it got weird. We wanted to be able to protect ourselves. We didn't know. That's what was also interesting. It was like, because Bree was telling me a lot about the history of this place, because she's been there a lot, which is why I chose her to go with me.
Oh, that's cool.
Also, she's awesome. Shout out to Bree. The caution tape was torn, but back when she last went, they had really tried to board this place up.
Really?
But apparently lately they've just given up and gone, people are going to be here, we might as well keep it open. Because everything was just wide open. She said things were so hard to get access to the last time she went, which was like 6 months to a year ago.
That's a dark, deep hole of something.
I know. A lot of people were skeptical of us because, we had the baseball bat and we were running around with a camera, and you can imagine how shady that looks when you've got a camera tripod and a baseball bat. It looks like you're there to mess some shit up. I got nervous because I thought about it as we were walking up with all this equipment going, oh crap, people are thinking we're gonna just vandalize the place and film it. Yeah, there's some neat
She
graffiti.
looks like somebody you wouldn't want to mess with anyway.
Oh, Bree's awesome. Bree's like the coolest person. Yeah.
Oh, that's creepy.
This is creepy. We just kind of set up the tripod for a while and got this on film. We were actually in the back doing something else, and we're going to come back to it. And then after I reviewed it, I saw this. Is that not nuts?
No.
Yeah.
You were moving that.
No. Look. How would you'd see me. That place is tiny. I'm 6'3". There's nowhere for me to hide. That also wasn't me.
No, that wasn't you. How long did it take you to edit all that?
It took me one night to edit it, but I was there for probably 4 hours during the day and 3 hours that night. I could not recommend it more. It's a fantastic spot.
Sweet.
So, Jordan, I don't know what you're going to talk about because we've never had this discussion.
Never had this discussion at all.
But I feel like yours should be something a little different. Maybe like do maybe an old mill.
Oh, a mill? No mill. Oh,
No.
maybe a sugar mill. Yeah. Sugar mill.
Oh, right,
Sugar mill.
right.
Okay, so I went to New Smyrna. I'm saying that differently all three times. I don't know.
Way to practice before the show.
I don't know if you heard. They were different all three times. It's about an hour and a half east from Orlando, and it's a cool little town. I don't know how many population. It'll pop that up right here. Quaint town, but there's this old sugar mill. It's called New Smyrna Sugar Mill Ruins. Is what it's called now, but it's not very big. I expect it to be like huge. Like you think of a factory or a sugar mill.
Yeah, you would
think
absolutely.
it'd be like a huge area.
Room for all kinds of stuff.
Right, but it was kind of a smaller area. It did have a trail around back. I've got some pictures of the trail. By every piece of artifact or bowl or wall, there's a plaque, and you can see these plaques that say what's going on or what was going on here. I found out that this sugar mill was bought in 1830.
Wow.
So in 1830, this land was bought for the sugar mill. In 1835, it was burned down. So it wasn't there long, operational at all. It was burned down by a tribe of Indians. They were actually in a quote-unquote war, and this is one of the battles that was fought there in Florida, where they burned this mill down, and they actually used the slaves that were working in the mill to help burn down their mill, their enslavement.
So it's more of a historical landmark than kind of an abandoned
right.
ruin. I mean, it is, but
it's definitely a ruin, but definitely a historical landmark because it's maintained by the state parks. And so there's rope. You can see like some of the pictures. I tried to get the rope out of everything, but some of the pictures are still rope. There was one place here where you could actually touch a piece of the wall that they had taken off and put on a plaque.
Oh, that's neat.
And it was cool. It was actually made out of like shells and stuff, and you could see shells. It's like this concrete mixture, but it's with seashells instead of like gravel. I was already down there, and like I said, it's about an hour and a half from Orlando, and I was thinking, well, this is a really cool thing to go do, but it doesn't take long to do. You go, you've seen everything, and even if you walk around the little trail, you can see everything in less than 2 hours. Yours, you spent all day long looking at everything.
I will admit, with mine, I stayed in certain areas for long periods of time.
Yeah.
I think you could see mine in approximately 2 hours.
So I decided, I'm gonna do some research and just see if there's another ruins, anything like that nearby. And there happened to be one in the very same town. So,
really? I didn't know you went to two places.
I did. I actually went to this other place. It's called Old Fort Park, and
You're trying to one-up me, aren't you?
I'm always one-upping you. Except that you always get a lot better footage than I do. So I got to do something. So this was called Old Fort Park, and it was actually like in the middle of New Smyrna Beach, like the town itself. The city hall was right next door to this park, quote unquote park, and unlike the other historical mill, I don't know why I keep doing this, but
because we don't know. We don't know if we can trust you. That historic mill. This is all coming from you, a very uncredible source.
Thanks. So,
which makes this all that more uncredible.
Historical.
It was very cool. You should go see it.
To New Smyrna Beach.
I didn't Google pictures and pretend to go.
Anyway, but unlike the historical sugar mill, this was completely undocumented. The only sign they had was a sign that says if you intentionally vandalize, you can be prosecuted. Or you will be prosecuted. But that was the only sign there. And so I started to do some research on it, and it's actually one of the biggest mysteries in Florida because they have no idea what it is, what it was supposed to be. There's no dates on it. There were some architects and some scientists that had come and visited this place, and they're kind of confused too because they're like, we don't know what this was supposed to be. We can't date this. And I don't know if it's just because they haven't really looked into it, but I don't think that's the case because I've seen a lot of different websites, and I'll actually put some stuff in the description that, where I went and looked for.
You can check it out yourself.
Right. And if
that's amazing that they wouldn't be able to date it.
Yeah, and if you know more about it, please comment and say this is what it is. But from what I could find,
you guys were way wrong.
Yeah, it's called Old Fort Park because most of the people that have theories on it think it was the foundation of a fort. But you can see pictures here, and the foundation, that's all that's there is really the foundation. It's really checkered-y almost, like there's little boxes, and then if you I got on the ground because this was another theory, but I wanted to see it for myself. I got on the ground and looked up at it, and it almost looks like the starting of a pyramid. It starts up that way. It angles itself up.
How big was this foundation?
It wasn't humongous.
Just when you say pyramid, I'm thinking oh my gosh,
right.
How big was this platform?
Right. it was obviously not finished. It doesn't look like it was burnt down or anything. It just wasn't finished, and they don't know what it was. And there, besides that sign, there was no restrictions. Like, you could walk on the foundation, and I saw people were standing on it. I was like, wow, that's cool that you can do that. Like, obviously, I don't know. Well, since I did 2 places, I'm gonna do 2 different ratings because I'm over and above everything. So the first one, the sugar mill, I'm gonna have to give it a 7. You know, it just
Okay.
It didn't take long. There wasn't there that much. I'm not much of a history person. Not something I'd go back and do. The old Fort Park, I'd actually since it had that sense of mystery, like nobody really knows where it came from, why it's there, when it was there. I'm going to give it an 8.5 just because it was cool.
That does sound cool. It was amazing to me that I could literally get inside the area that the animals were in. Had I gone a year ago, I think I would have given it a lower rating because I couldn't have stuck around. I would have felt like I was breaking the law. I'm going to give it an 8.5. I think I'm going to match your pyramid.
I had fun with this one. I hope that we get to do some more episodes like this. Maybe some caves. I know there's some caves.
I'd be down to do some
Florida.
caves. If you guys want to see some caves, leave a comment.
What the heck are you doing?
Excited about caves, man.
It
gets
looks like
me
you were doing
real
something
excited.
Completely different.
Caves get me all worked up.
Caves. Well, I'm going to leave you and your caves alone.
No.
You have fun with your caves.
We have to do
Bye-bye.
an outro. Jordan? I guess this is the start of the new solo inside track with Ryan Moore. And that's the end of our show. You're welcome. That was a special treat just for you. Goodbye.